this trick, we're going to be teaching our dog to back up. Oftentimes, our dogs don't realize they have a rear end. It just kind of trails along behind their front end. So sometimes this can be a difficult trick for many dogs. We're going to use a target, and we're going to mark and reward when our dog's rear feet are on the target. Using a slightly elevated board or target will help give the dog a more defined position and help them further understand that their rear end is there. So we're going to start with some treats in our hand, and I have a board here that's covered with carpet and it's slightly raised, and we're going to lure the dog over the board. As soon as his rear feet only are on the board and his front feet are off, I'm going to mark and reward. So I'm luring him with a treat. Yes. Rear feet only are on the board. I'm going to feed him several small treats in succession for duration of him having his feet on the board. And I'm going to pull him off with a treat. Okay. Do that again. Yes. Mark and reward when just the dog's rear feet are on the board. If you have a release cue, you can also use that to release the dog from the board. Yes. If you feed low and in position here, it can help the dog maintain that position and kind of get a firmer understanding of where their rear end is. So let's do that again. Lure the dog. Yes. As soon as just the rear feet are on the platform, I'm going to mark and reward and feed several treats low and on the ground. As your dog gets used to this behavior and is able to kind of get a grasp of his rear and understand, you should be able to progress the behavior and start teaching the dog to back up. Come. If at any time your dog has trouble, go back to using the lure and getting just his rear feet on the target. Yes. Reward for any rear foot movement towards the target. Your dog probably won't have both rear feet on the target at first, but any rear foot movement towards the target we want to reward. And then yes, and the dog will get the idea. If you have a release cue, this is a good time you can use that, or you can toss a treat to reset. Yes. Really soon, your dog will start to realize that the behavior you want is the rear feet on the elevated board. Again, feed lots of multiple treats in succession, in position, while the dog's rear feet are on the board. And if you feed them low, it will help keep the dog's rear feet up there. Okay. I give him his release cue. Yes. Okay. Eventually, we'll be able to use this to move our dog into position, and he will use his rear feet to look out and reach out for that back foot target. Okay. Yes. Slowly, you can begin to move the rear foot target farther away so that you can get distance. For duration, remember to feed several small treats. Okay. Once your dog is consistently getting his rear feet on the target, you can go ahead and name that behavior. I say back up. I also use a hand signal. You can use beep, beep, toot, toot, anything you'd like to use. Back. Okay. Okay. There it is. As your dog gets better with this behavior, you can start to increase the distance that you ask the dog to back up, and then eventually you can start to fade the foot target.